Hi, I'm Michael from Performance Revolution, and today I'm going to go over my top list of foods that are often advertised as foods that will make you leaner, or that people tell me they're consuming regularly when they're trying to lose weight. Now before I get to the list, let me be clear. You need to be in a calorie deficit in order to lose fat, and what I'm not saying is that you should never eat any of these foods on my list. What I am saying is that if you eat these foods regularly or in large enough quantities, they will likely put you in a calorie surplus and make you fat, because that's how you get fat. Too much energy in versus too much energy out. Now that we have that out of the way, let's start with the first food on my list that people tell me they're eating to lose weight, and that is sweet potato fries. Now I don't know who led everyone to believe that sweet potato fries are so much leaner and healthier than normal white potato fries, because for a start, sweet potato has more calories than white potato per gram, and sweet potato fries are also still fried in the same way and covered in the same amount of oil as regular fries. So from an overall energy standpoint, sweet potato fries don't make any sense if you're trying to be healthy and lose weight. If you have to have fries, it's better just bake your own cuts of fries with a bit of cooking spray, because you're not going to lose much weight eating sweet potato fries. Second on the list is sushi. Everyone thinks sushi is lean and healthy because there's a slither of meat or cucumber in it. Sushi is calorie dense, not just because of the sticky rice, but also because of the amount of cream and mayo-based sauce they often put in it. And to add to this, there is also the fried tempura-based ingredients they often pack into each roll. If you're looking for a leaner alternative with much more protein and less calories, you're better off opting for sashimi instead. Next on the list is fruit juices. And by these I not only mean the breakfast type juices you buy at the grocery store, which are often just fruit flavored and packed with sugar, but I also mean the commercial ones you have blended up and put into a big Slurpee cup. Sure, the juice might be from fruit in the latter option, but you're squeezing the fruit and throwing in most of the fiber and nutrients. Not to mention they often sweeten these drinks with other sugary ingredients too. If you're craving something sweet, have a sugar-free or diet drink instead, or just eat some fruit if you're after fruit content. Number 4 on the list is flavored yogurt. Not only is this stuff high in sugar and fat content, they're starting to even add toppings, cookies, gummy bears, and all sorts of crap to these. There is also no actual fruit in fruit flavored yogurts, so if you're eating it for the fruit content, you're going to be disappointed. Low fat and low sugar Greek yogurts are a far better choice if you're trying to lose weight, and these have a good amount of protein and far less overall calories. Next on the list is trail mix. Trail mix is often little more than an excuse to eat chocolate chips, nuts, and sugary dried fruit by the handful, and I'm pretty certain that very few of you are professional hikers or mountain climbers who are trekking up mountains for weeks at a time. The idea with trail mixes is to pack as much energy into the food and save space in your backpack for a long and hard trek, not to help you burn body fat. You don't need such a concentrated amount of calories, and with the dried fruit and water removed, trail mixes are super easy to overeat. Instead, you'd be better off opting for a small amount of raw nuts to keep you full without all the extra calories and sugar found in trail mix. Next on the list is sports drinks. If you're an endurance athlete or you work out for more than 2 hours each day, you may need a sports drink to replace electrolytes lost during your training. But for the average person trying to lose weight, sports drinks aren't necessary and they're adding a heap of sugar and calories to your diet. If you like to drink these for the flavour, then add some EAAs to your water or opt for some 0 calorie or low calorie drinks instead. For more info on what EAAs are, check out my video on these, which is linked in the description. Number 7 on my list is Acai Bowls. Now these are loaded with calories and include plenty of nuts, seeds, granola, and often sugary flavoured yogurts. Not to mention they're often packed with honey, agave nectar, and chocolate for extra sweetness too. So unless you're making your own using a low calorie yogurt as well as an acai sweetener and have a good control over your overall calories, this food is certainly not going to help you if you're trying to lose fat. Next on the list is Veggie Chips. This is similar to the sweet potato fries scenario earlier. Most veggie chips are deep fried like normal potato chips and higher in calories, so you might as well eat potato chips, because potatoes are a vegetable and hence potato chips are actually veggie chips. But if you're eating chips of any kind for the vegetable content, these ultra thin cuts of vegetables won't give you any nutrients. There is also no fibre in them and they won't make you feel full at all. If you want the benefits of vegetables, eat some actual vegetables. And if you don't eat vegetables, you're not serious about your health or losing weight. End of story. Number 9 on the list is wraps. A lot of people when they go to a cafe, or worse yet a fast food outlet, often opt for the wrap and tell themselves that they're being healthy and trying to lose weight. Most of these places load their wraps with fried chicken, bacon, ranch dressing, cheese, and all other sorts of calorie dense ingredients. And most of the time the bread is white and more calorie dense than 2 slices of regular sandwich bread and with less fibre. It just looks like less because there is no yeast that makes the bread rise. So if you're going to have a wrap, make it yourself with whole grain, low carb and low calorie flatbreads. Use low calorie mayonnaise or other sauces, and make sure you put some vegetables and lean protein in there instead of fried chicken or bacon. Number 10 on the list is iced tea. Most bottled iced teas are loaded with sugar and have very little actual tea in them. They don't contain any nutrients and they're just a boatload of calories you can easily chug down. If you want iced tea, drink sugar-free sweetened iced tea instead, or at least a lower calorie version, like the one you can make at home. Next on the list is Veggie Burgers. Most veggie burgers are made with rice or beans and they're held together by a huge amount of oil. They're often still loaded with high calorie sauces and have high carb buns. If you have to have a veggie burger, again, make your own. Do it with a low calorie bun, low calorie sauce and a lean patty that you don't stick together and fry with a crap ton of oil. Next on the list is banana bread. Just because it has fruit in the name doesn't mean that banana bread is a health food. Most banana breads have loads of sugar, butter, white flour and of course lots of bananas, making them very calorie dense. And don't even ask about carrot cake either. If you're trying to gain weight, then go for banana bread. If you're trying to lose weight and you must have some baked goods, then my advice is to make some low calorie homemade protein muffins instead. Next on the list is oat bars and granola bars. These usually have an insane amount of sugar and fat packed into them and often covered with chocolate chips or frosting. The packets of these bars usually have all sorts of food label claims like high fiber, high protein and other BS that's not true if you read the nutrition label. If you're curious about how to quickly read a food label and determine whether a food like this is for you, then make sure you watch my false food label claims video. If you're looking to lose weight and you're craving a bar, have a lean protein bar and get a crunchy one if it's a crunch that you're after. Number 14 on the list is Bliss Balls. If you're trying to get lean, having Bliss Balls are not the best idea. These are made by crushing up and compacting foods like nuts, dried fruit and seeds and sticking them all together in a heap of oil and rolling them into a tiny ball that has at least 100 calories and you can eat in one bite. And let's be honest, who says they're going to just have one Bliss Ball as their snack? If you're like me, the glycemic load will hit you in about 3 seconds flat and you'll inhale about half a dozen of these in no time at all. Bliss Balls, good idea if you're trying to gain weight, bad idea if you're trying to lose weight. And last on the list is instant oatmeal. Now let's make something clear here. The more processed your food is, the less nutritional value it will have. Instant oatmeal is one of the most processed versions of oatmeal you can get, and to make matters worse, all the flavouring they often put into these easily racks up the sugar content. In my opinion, you might as well have Cocoa Pops or Fruit Loops if you're going to have instant oatmeal. If you're trying to watch your weight or just be healthier, then have some real oats like rolled oats or steel cut versions instead, and add some real fruit and spices in for flavour, and if you need it to be sweetener, you can simply add a low calorie sweetener to it. Having these better types of oats and adding these alternative ingredients takes almost the same amount of time as instant oatmeal anyway. So don't be lazy, make your own oats. Most of these problems with the 15 foods I've mentioned are avoidable if you actually read the food labels or prepare your own food so you know exactly what ingredients and how much of them are in each serving. If you need some lean and tasty food ideas to lose weight, then grab a free copy of my Lean Dreams recipe guide. The link is in the description below. Again, I'm not saying that you can't consume the foods and drinks on my list, but if you have them regularly or in large enough quantities, they will likely make you fat. These foods aren't linked to health conditions either. They're linked to high calories. Have too many high calorie foods, and then you get fat and all the health conditions that come with that. You don't have to cut these foods out entirely, you just have to be careful with your portions and not eat many of them regularly. That's my list of 15 foods you think are making you leaner but are not. I know there are more out there, so make sure you comment below with yours, and don't forget to grab your free nutrition guide below too. Thanks for watching and see you next time.